Welcome back to the local, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have with us Bronson Allison. Welcome to the channel, Bronson.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming on.
Thanks
We
for having me.
appreciate you guys watching, viewing, and subscribing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so Allison has his own YouTube channel or Instagram. You want to introduce yourself and tell them a little bit what you do?
Got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much everything there is to have. I got it. So
And he's a full-blown influencer.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you said we're talking saying you grew up around here?
Yeah, I've been in Millersburg pretty much my whole life. I was born in Georgia, and then parents are from here, so we moved back here and been here since I was young. So
Awesome.
it's where I know.
Yeah. Do you like Ohio better than Georgia?
Not the weather. It's not bad though. I don't mind it, especially here. It's a cool town.
Ohio's more bipolar than I am.
Yeah, it's bad. Reminds me of my exes.
Oh, gosh.
How old are you, Bronson?
30.
Wow.
All right.
I got it.
So he's just as old as we are, so it's no big deal.
Yes, sir. I am not 30.
How old are you?
24.
24.
I
I
know I
forget
look
how young
50,
you
but it's all right.
are. Holy cow.
We're very excited to have you on. Dan Bamford is actually the guy that told us to.
Okay, yeah.
actually look into
Oh,
it.
very cool.
That's my little brother, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Yeah, he told us that we should reach out to you and see if you would want to get on a local show, so.
Yeah, there we go. I was pumped I didn't have to drive far, so.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
What kind of other podcasts have you done?
I just did one last week out of Missouri. I don't know. I can't even remember. They're always all scattered, and I usually have to drive, so I think I've done some in Cambridge a few times. But yeah, this is nice.
Do you have any traveling plans upcoming?
Been kicking around the idea of going to Morocco, so we'll see if that happens. Haven't been to Africa yet, so I got to cross that off the list. So we'll see.
Oh, man, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I
I've
think
heard
so.
There's some really neat stuff to see in Morocco.
That's what I've heard. So I'm excited. Hopefully we can
Where
do
do you
that
plan on
soon.
going there? Where?
I don't know.
If you could pick, where would you go? There's so many different.
I don't even know. Like, we don't really ever plan trips out. We just kind of just go, and then we get there. We rent a car with no plan, no hotels booked, and we start driving until we see something cool. And
Oh wow!
yeah, so
That's
we usually road trip through different countries. So it's a fun way to see it.
So your content's pretty authentic as it goes. Then
Oh,
you you don't really like script it out or plan it out too much. You just kind of
Yeah,
whatever happens happens.
on a whim.
So
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be cool.
A little nerve wracking sometimes.
Yeah, I bet.
Makes for good stories.
Yeah.
What has your craziest experience been?
Well, I think it was like last October. Me and my buddy that travels with me, we flew into North Macedonia, rented a car, no plans, just had 2 weeks to do whatever. So we drove down to Greece, went to Serbia, Kosovo, Montenegro, Bosnia, Croatia, and Albania, and then
Wow.
Vienna, Austria, all in like one trip. So we were everywhere. That was a
That's
wild
cool.
one.
Yeah, that would have been a wild one. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
How many countries have you been to?
I don't know. I get asked that a lot, and I need to keep track.
Mhm.
I don't know like what it is. It's up there, but yeah, I need to make a list.
Probably easier to say which ones you haven't been to.
Yeah, probably.
Would you ever go to Russia?
Yeah, I looked into it. It was like really expensive to get a visa, and so I was just like, I don't know. And it's kind of difficult to get into, I guess. So
I think that'd be the one country I'd really like to go to.
yeah, I'd go. I think it'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff to see there.
Yeah.
So I know some people that have gone, but yeah, they said it's a pain in the butt to make it happen. So maybe
Yeah.
one day.
Absolutely. Tucker Carlson just did an interview with Putin.
I saw that. I want to watch. I haven't seen the video yet, but I heard about it.
It's amazing.
Sounds juicy, yeah.
It'll have you questioning a lot of stuff.
Oh, I bet, yeah. That's what everybody's told me, so I'm definitely going to watch that.
And Jason Kelsey just announced he retired.
Oh, really?
Today.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So that's the brother of Taylor's boyfriend, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
You don't have to work now, you just get the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was hoping Jason doesn't retire this year.
Yeah.
I want him to continue playing.
Yeah.
You guys don't really follow sports, I assume?
I haven't much. This last year, I kind of started watching all the football games and stuff, so I'm slowly getting into it.
Yeah. That's a lot of... I find it interesting.
It is, yeah.
I thought Jason has to be the best football player there is.
I don't know about that, man.
Why not?
I mean, there's so many other great football players I could think of. You know,
Like who do you want to say is better than Jason?
Lawrence Taylor.
I don't know.
You know.
No, like that retired in the last year.
Oh, I don't know any.
Yeah, it's like a current football.
Jason Taylor. He's probably in the Hall of Fame by now, but it's limited. My knowledge is limited on it.
Same. I like how Jason and Travis, because they have the New Heights podcast and an amazing podcast.
I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I'll check that out.
What kind of content do you consume?
Honestly, I don't like watch a whole lot. If anything, I'll put something on YouTube, like whatever pops up in the Discover thing. It's kind of long, and I'll put it on while I'm working out, like speeches or whatever, or some podcasts every once in a while. But
absolutely,
yeah, I don't watch too much.
Do you watch any TikTok?
No, I used to, and now I don't know. I'm not a fan of it, so.
People were telling me that the Creator Fund changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I think it's better now.
Okay.
Before it was like, when they first came out with it, it was really good, and you'd make quite a bit of money, and then it just trickled down. I think the more people came into it, they're all feeding off the same pot, and it just got less and less. And now they change it up, so it's like you get paid off the ads on your videos. So if there's an ad on, like when someone swipes to the next one, if there's an ad there, you get paid for that. So it pays more too. So I just got into it, and I'm pretty happy with it so far.
Absolutely. How long do you think it'll go until there's actual ads in the TikTok videos?
Oh, I think I've already seen them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I was like scrolling somebody's page the other day, and I'm like going through their videos, and all of a sudden there was one on their page, but it wasn't them. And I'm like, that's weird.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No.
I mean, I get they got to make money, but I don't like it.
Right, yeah.
TikTok Shop, did you experiment with that at all?
Not really. I don't really like it. It was kind of like a nuisance to me, because it's like all these companies from China are like messaging me all the time saying like, make a video for us, we'll give you a 30% commission, but they're all garbage products that I wouldn't want to promote. So I don't know. I don't really do my business that way. So I know a lot of people do it and they make a bunch of money, but for me personally, it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have products you endorse though that are good products though?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some companies, like there's like a power bank company I've worked with a few times, and I really like the product, and I carry it every single day with me everywhere I go. So I'm like, if it's something I really like, then I'll promote it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah, I think so.
I think because it makes you look good too. Makes you look better than when somebody gets your crap, or versus, oh man, he was right about this nice thing, you know.
Yeah, I haven't had much where I don't really stand behind it. Every once in a while there'd be one, just because the payday is good. But
right, got you.
It's pretty obvious to the audience. I'll have people message me and be like, I get it, you're getting a paycheck today. And I'm like, yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
$20 is $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How long did you make content before you started getting paid?
Oh gosh, I've been making YouTube videos for probably like 15 years just for fun.
Wow.
And it was all over the place. I started doing like magic tricks when Chris Angel was real popular, and just kind of did stuff like that. And then I made funny videos, and it's changed so much over time. And then finally kind of like dialed it in on this is what's going to do good. And
found your niche or whatever.
Yeah, just started running with that. And it's something I actually like too, so it works out.
That's a win-win then.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you'd hate to get stuck doing something you didn't like, even though it was paying. You didn't.
Exactly.
Have fun making it, you know.
Yeah, I had that a little bit at the beginning, and quickly like changed direction and got out of that.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
It was good.
That's cool, man.
What would your advice be to us? We're just starting out, so I guess we're today the people that need advice on how to grow.
Yeah.
I always tell people like the biggest thing was like consistency. Like when I decided to do it full time, I was posting on TikTok 3 times a day for a couple years, and then never missed a day. And I'm like, eventually something will go. So that's what happened, and then it just started snowballing from there. And then I think another big thing for me was like I was making videos of just like traveling, and they were just like cinematic edits, but there was no point to watching it, and I couldn't understand why people wouldn't. And I was like, oh, nobody wants to like share this to their buddy and say, look at this. So then I started making stuff that people could like relate to, and then they're like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden you see the shares go up and the views go up. So I think taking a step back to like look at yourself and take the ego out of it and be like, okay, this is what's going to do good. So that was something that was a struggle for years. So yeah.
That's cool. That's a good insight to it.
Yeah, definitely. We should try that.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I seen you were doing something with the red carpet for disabled kids. Or?
Oh yeah, I've been working with them for a few years now. My brother's special needs, so they do this like Tim Tebow Foundation has like a prom for special needs kids, and they just go all out for it and stuff. So it's super cool. And so my brother goes to it, and then they have me come in and film it, like a highlight thing of it for the whole night, and so it's super fun. It's a good cause, so I really like that one.
It looked like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, every year it's a blast, and all the people that go to it, they come up and tell you this is the best night of my life. So it's really cool to see.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So special needs kids, do they normally not have a prom?
No. So like my brother goes to the training center school, and it's basically just like a school for special needs, and they kind of work with them differently. So you don't have like first grade, second grade. It's just a class that they can go into and kind of get like special treatment and for each need. So yeah, they don't really do anything like that. So it's cool that he put this all together, and they do it all over the world too. So it's nuts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think it's in like 40 countries or something crazy, and they do it. It's everywhere. Yeah, it's nuts.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that happens in Norrisburg, Ohio here.
Yeah, they do one at the Grace Church out in Berlin. I've gone to one in, I think it was like Butler somewhere, or Belleville or something like that. One of those towns, I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah, they do them all over the place. It's really cool. I think they do one in Worcester too.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of neat.
That's pretty cool.
And they had it set up like the red carpet part of it was very, very cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. And these kids walk down through there, and everybody's cheering them on like they're thrilled. So it's really neat.
Yeah, that's worth the whole thing, man.
Oh yeah, give them one great night, and they love it forever.
Yeah.
What did you do before you made content?
So I went to college and didn't really know what I was going for, and like I hated it, and I'm like, well, at least I could just make a bunch of money. So I went for accounting, and then ended up getting a job at a bank. Started as a teller, worked my way up to like commercial lending, and I was like, man, this is the most boring job on earth. Like I hate this. It's not me at all. I'm like, not creative. You're just looking at numbers all day, and so I quit that job, started working for a real estate company, and started making their YouTube videos. So anytime they sell property, I get the drone out. And then COVID hit, and they're like, don't really need you right now. Like, people aren't doing anything. So they got rid of me and shifted my way to what I wanted to do. So
nice.
It was nice. I got to do video for money. So I was like, this is cool. Didn't even know that was possible at the time.
Yeah, and then you learned how to do it.
I learned a lot.
You learned how to do it that way, and then you were able to pick it up and kind of work with that. So that's cool. You found opportunity in that.
Oh yeah, I was super fortunate for that.
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't be doing the stuff now if I didn't have that, because it definitely crafted a lot of the skill in it. So
you might still be stuck somewhere behind a bank, or at a bank.
Oh yeah, I know. That was brutal.
Yeah,
I could never go back.
I can imagine.
How much of a say does the bank have on whether you get a loan or not, other than like credit ratings?
There's so many factors that go into it. I was shocked. Like, it's not just like black and white. It was like, I don't know, so many things. It was crazy. Like, you got to see like your history, everything, how much money you have in your bank now, your income, bills you have to pay, and like,
wow.
Yeah, it got complicated. And then you do the commercial stuff. You get a stack of papers like 10 feet high, and you have to go through all these paperworks, that tax statements 10 years back, and look at everything. And I was like, I can't do this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You have to have a bunch of people to sit down and talk about it, make a decision. So they couldn't come to me, and I just say, yeah, I have to go talk to a bunch of people, present the case to them. It was nuts.
So did you guys have like commercial room meetings and stuff like that?
Or yeah. You'd have to get on meetings and have phone calls, and it'd take days. And
wow.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Was the pay pretty good for?
No, it was terrible. It was so bad. I think I made $15 an hour doing it. And I was like, I went to college for this. I was like, this is terrible.
Oh, wow.
I'm stressed out all the time. I hate it. I'm like dishing out millions of dollars and getting $15 an hour.
Right.
And that was still like percentage of like.
Yeah, nothing.
Just straight $15 an hour.
Yeah.
No commish.
Yep.
Wow.
It was terrible. I hated it.
Yeah. I agree.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's one job. I'm like, I try to look back. I'm like, what skill did I get from that? And I'm like, I don't think any skill. I think the biggest thing was just like, don't go back to this. Work hard so you don't have to.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
Yeah.
What is your goal with your channels and stuff like that?
I want to just keep growing. Like it was hard to even like make goals for it because you just don't know what's going to happen with it, and I just kind of knew I wanted to do it full time, and then that happened. So now I'm like, okay, let's see how we can grow it, expand it, build like a community off of it, launch products and things like that, and kind of expand it as a business more.
Absolutely.
So that's been in the process for a while now. So
Has it been going good?
oh yeah, it's real good. We launched a couple beers with Millersburg Brewing Company. So yeah, that's something new. That's kind of exciting.
But that was cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a year into it now, and we got the second one out like last Saturday or the Saturday before was the release for that.
Okay.
So
Oh, awesome.
yeah, hoping to do that with some other companies for different things. I thought like luggage would be something kind of cool, and I don't know. We'll find something. It'll be neat, I think.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, man.
What's the process to having your own beer with a company?
Pretty much like I had talked about it with my buddy, and I was like, man, this would be really cool. The next day they called me and they're like, hey, we had this idea, and I was like, that's crazy because I just said the same thing.
Wow.
So I came in and we sat down. They're like, what do you like? And I just came up with flavors that I thought would be cool, and then we sat there one day and mixed things together till we got something that we liked, and then I designed like the beer can label, the name, shot commercials for it, and they brewed it for me, and so it's kind of cool. It was more hands-on than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And for this last one, I went in there and helped make it, and I'm stirring things up and stuff, so it was really cool.
Made for some good footage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got to edit all that one.
Oh yeah. So you edit everything yourself then?
Yeah, that was like a skill I didn't really know I had. I didn't know I was like good at editing, and then someone was like, yeah, it's really good. And I was like, I didn't know. No one told me how to do this stuff. I just kind of figured it out, but apparently I have some talent at that.
Yeah, it can be tough. It can be hard. It can take a long time.
Yeah, it's not fun. Like I don't enjoy it much. It's painstaking. You're just like so bored sitting there, but when you're done with it, you're like, oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And do you do it on a laptop or on
a
phone?
Yeah, I got a MacBook, and
okay.
I throw everything into a computer and trying to use like new techniques and eye-catching transitions that other people aren't really doing. So trying to make my own style out of the editing. So when you see a video, you know, like, oh, it's a LiveMore video.
Okay.
Right. That's really cool. And do you got somebody who helps you film it?
Yeah, so I got a buddy in town here, and he owns a marketing company, and he's a videographer, and we're friends, and so I'll help him out with stuff that he has to shoot for clients, and then he'll help me out with stuff. So it's kind of a nice little partnership. We just help each other out, and we have fun doing it. So
that's cool. That's awesome, man.
Not bad at all.
Absolutely. Do you film everything on your iPhone, or do you have a GoPro?
It's a mix. Like, I used to be diehard, like, cameras only, and I'd come out with a whole rig and everything, and then over time, it's just like, man, it's a pain in the butt with all this gear and, like, trying to get the shots you need. Like, sometimes we're going into, like, real tight spots, and you can't do it with the camera, so kind of made the switch to the phone recently, and it's stable and it looks good, super easy, and so that's been the majority is on the phone, I'd say. Every once in a while, like today we busted out the camera and shot something with it, but it's a little mixed. But yeah, the phone's awesome. Like the last few international trips, I didn't take my camera, did it all on the phone, and like, you know, when you're doing stuff for like a client, like they don't even notice that you shot it on a phone.
Right. Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah, as long as you can, and plus you probably know how to edit and add like.
Oh yeah, we spice it up.
Spice it up a little bit, you know. You mess with the lighting and the exposures and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
You can make it look really neat. Yeah.
Yeah, we shot something for McDonald's and shot it on the phone with a green screen, made it look like I'm in a hot air balloon, like eating food and stuff. And they thought like we had a drone up and actually shot it and stuff. Yeah, they didn't even know. It's like this huge company, and I shot it on the phone.
That is awesome, man.
That's amazing.
And you use a drone as well. Still, you have a drone?
Yeah. I don't use it as much as I used to. It's kind of getting overplayed a little bit. You start to see it too much, but I'll use it for like an opening shot sometimes, and it has its place.
It's got its place for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of beer, you said you had the biggest tap in Bali?
In Bali?
Yeah. It was funny.
Biggest bar tap in Bali, huh?
Yeah, we took this trip where we had these like famous YouTubers that I kind of met on YouTube, and then a bunch of people from Instagram that I just kind of started talking to, and like we've never met in person, and we went and rented this villa in Bali for like 2.5 weeks, all met up there, and we went to this place called Finn's Beach Club, and it's like an Instagram famous place or something.
Yeah.
We were all excited about it, so we got this little table in the water, and everybody around us is like sleeping, and like just it was quiet, and we're like, what the heck? So we like ordered a bunch of stuff. We start having a ton of fun. We're like throwing each other in the pool and like just kind of getting rowdy.
Yeah.
And the owner comes up to us and he's like, you guys are having more fun than anybody here. I want you up top. And there's this like huge pool with this balcony up above it, and it's like the number one spot up there. So he like took us up there and says, here's like 10 tickets. Get some people out in the crowd that you think want to have fun. Bring them up. And we had like security guards up there and stuff. And we're like, what the heck? How did we get up here? And yeah, we ended up like it was like $14 million, like it was their currency,
right,
but they were like, nobody's ever done this much here before.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and it was like the day after we went, there were some celebrities that were up there, and we saw the footage of them up there, and they're just kind of lazing around, and they didn't spend as much, and we're like, man, like we did great.
They loved you guys, man.
Oh yeah, we filmed it all too, and my buddy met a girl and married her there on the spot. Like the whole thing was a movie. It was weird. Yeah, we filmed it all. It's like one of my favorite videos.
Really?
It's wild.
Married her on the spot?
Yeah. He was like, that's the hottest chick in here. And my buddy was like, I dare you to go talk to her. So he does. And they just, next thing I know, they're making out in the pool. And it got a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny, though.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Are they still married?
No, they were together for a while. And she lived in, like, Austria or something. So he lives, like, in Washington. He flew all the way there and spent time with her. And I think it fell apart. So.
Oh, she wasn't even from Bali.
No, yeah, she was foreign.
Oh, jeez, God.
It was funny.
What's the most famous person that you've ever talked in Instagram?
Trying to think. I don't know. I've talked to a bunch of them on there. The party shirt guys. I don't know if you know them. They do the factor cap things where they try out trends to see if they're real or fake.
Yeah.
They followed me and we started talking, and they wanted to come here and shoot some videos here. So we talk every once in a while. They're pretty big.
Nice. But you're pretty big as well.
Yeah, they're like a whole different league. It's like, I think on TikTok they have like 20 million or something. Stupid. Yeah, it's dumb. I don't even know how they do it. Yeah. On Instagram, I've talked to a bunch of people on there before, and it's kind of easier to talk to people on Instagram, like meet celebrities that way. Like in person, probably most famous person I met was like Steve-O.
You met Steve-O?
Yeah, I got to
when he
meet
was in
him.
Worcester?
No, he was in Columbus, and I went down there and watched his show, and then after just hanging out and.
Filling out.
Yeah, so we got a cool photo together and stuff. It was kind of neat. So
I bet that was funny.
I was amped on that one.
Did you get to hang out for a little while with him?
Yeah, a little bit, and then a blizzard hit, and he's like, "We got to get on the road." He's like, "I don't know how we're gonna get out of here." It was bad. I barely made it out of there.
Wow. Were you at when Steve with Note Boys were in Worcester? Were you at that?
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. So, I used to be friends with that Steve Will Do It guy, and then he like got with them, and we like kind of talked a couple times after, and then he just got stupid famous, and now like we're friends on Snapchat, but like he doesn't ever say anything to me anymore. But he used to send me guitar videos, and that's how we were like bonding.
Okay.
So we just share guitar videos all the time. But I was like, man, let me know, like you should come to my town, and he was like, yeah, maybe. And then I ended up going to Florida, and as soon as I like landed in Florida, I like see their Instagram story. I'm like, that's Worcester. They're at the gas station. I was like, no way. And then I'm like, now they're at the Holiday Inn. I was like, what? And I was like, of course, when I leave town, they show up.
Absolutely. So you and Steve Will Do were friends?
Yeah, we met on like Instagram or something, and just kind of would talk on there. And then he added me on Snapchat, and he had the same guitar as me, so we thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And like we both like worked out and stuff, so we were always talking back and forth. And yeah, and then he just got too famous now and doesn't read his messages anymore.
Right.
He's crazy famous.
Oh yeah, it's dumb.
Even with being canceled, he's crazy famous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't know how you can be canceled and more famous at the same time.
I know. I don't get that. It blows my mind.
Do you think it's because his entire brand was kind of canceled the entire time?
Yeah, I think they're smart how they set it up. Like, I mean, from the get-go, it was just like, we're not offended by anything. Like, we don't care if you're offended, and they just rolled with it. So their fan base is, like, they don't care either. So
Right.
you can cancel them all you want. They still are going to, like, search their name up.
Yeah. Find them on Rumble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, anything they touch turns to gold. So, like, I don't know. Those guys are smart from the beginning. It's crazy.
Did you see the Bob Mannery and Dana White interview?
I did watch that.
Yeah. Do you think Bob was lying or no?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
think
thought.
so.
Yeah, it sounded kind of stupid.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Dana White was destroying him on that.
And Dana White had just gotten off like a 12-hour poker playing bender too.
Oh, yeah, I know. That guy's he's awesome.
Do you play poker?
I used to. I haven't really played it in a long time. I've been thinking about it lately. I'm like, I wouldn't mind doing that some more. It was fun.
Yeah, I go to a couple games here and there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I set one up one time at the Comfort Inn in town here.
No.
And I just had like people in the lobby. They'd come sit down. I had this huge table, poker chips and stuff, and it was fun.
Seriously.
Yeah, it was like most random thing ever.
Yeah, no kidding. It would be random.
It was funny though.
That sounds like
We had a good time.
That's awesome.
There's a game in Baller almost every weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I've been getting into euchre a lot. I play a lot of
I don't know how
euchre.
to play euchre.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss if people do it or not.
Yeah.
You either do or you don't. You don't kind of get it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly. You have to like know what you're doing if you're gonna play it.
Yeah.
Do you guys play with chips?
No.
Euchre's just a...
Just
Yeah.
a card game.
Just
I
a
played
card
it a few
game.
times. I couldn't play it right now. If he would teach me how to play it real quick, I would figure it out again. But it's one of those games for me where
Yeah.
it's like,
You gotta have a refresher.
right, yeah. If I have a partner and we both know how to play, that's the most dangerous.
So it's two partners, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're not trying to... You're trying to eliminate cards or you're trying to create cards, right?
You're trying to like
Or
trump the other
trump-
person's card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you call 5 hands, you don't want more than 5 hands, or you don't want less than 5 hands.
No, I think that's what is that? Is it spades? I think that's spades.
Okay, because I played a game.
It's similar.
Yeah, where there's like, I guess there's 10, let's say 10 hands altogether.
Yeah.
If you call 5, that means if you get more than 5 or less than 5, I'm not sure which one.
Yeah.
You lose. You lose.
Yeah, I play that every once in a while. That one's fun. It's hard to
Yeah.
guess if you're gonna get
Yeah.
it or not. But yeah, that one's real similar.
Okay.
I'd say if you know like how to play that, you could probably figure out the other one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, euchre is real big around here.
Oh yeah, it's fast paced too, so that's what's nice.
I've never played it.
You would like, if you like playing cards, you'd like it. It's
Oh, I
a
like
decent, it's a
playing
fun
cards.
game.
Yeah.
I think Hold'em is my favorite game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hooked on that for a long time.
Yeah.
Now I gotta like have a refresher for that. I'm like, I don't know what each hand is anymore.
Yeah.
It's really, really simple if you didn't play it for a while to get back into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blast though.
The emote, like watching people's faces and stuff, that's the part that
Oh yeah, I know.
is tough. It's so much fun though. Plus,
Yeah.
playing with buddies, it's. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
you're
the
just
best
having
time.
fun. Yeah.
Yep.
So I like to play golf because like
Okay.
I don't care if I'm playing good or bad. I'm like I'm just hanging out with my friends and it's
Yeah.
relaxing. It's cool.
Absolutely. I need to learn how to play golf. I don't know how to play golf.
I'm terrible. I played a few times and it's not good.
Yeah.
They stopped me from playing. They said they didn't bring enough balls.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know the balls were that expensive, and I'm just like shanking them into the water.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "You have to stop. If we're gonna finish the rest of these holes, you gotta stop."
Oh yeah, it's brutal. Like I've taken like 50 balls before to like Black Diamond and lost them all. So
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, it
Yeah.
gets expensive.
Oh yeah, I had no idea.
I don't know. We need to go play. Maybe we'll go play it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, pretty relaxed game, especially if you get the right group of people. If everybody's laughing and
Yeah.
relaxed, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Isn't like, don't people get upset while they're playing golf though?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's people that take it serious. If they take it serious, I won't play with them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I've seen videos of some of my friends breaking their clubs because
Yeah,
I don't know, something went wrong.
yeah. People are doing that. I'm not playing with them. I'll
Yeah.
finish that game up and I'll never talk to you again. I'm out here to have fun. I don't care if I win or lose.
Yeah.
So what has changed since you've become an influencer, like friends and family wise?
Yeah, that's a weird. Nobody ever asked that one, and I think about that a lot. So it's like a lot of people that like weren't nice to you before, or like you know trash talk you. Now all of a sudden they want to talk to you and hang out, and like they want a favor, they want a business shown or something like that, and yeah, a lot of stuff like that I get asked for favors all the time, and
Right.
it's kind of annoying because I'm like, I've asked you for stuff, and now you're like, yeah, like I don't want to be like a douchebag about it or anything, but
But at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely something I notice, and it's super weird. Like a lot of places when I was first starting out, I would email them being like, I'll come here, make a video for free, just let me come. And they'd tell me no, and now all of a sudden they're emailing me being like, we want you to come. And I'm like, where were you a while ago? And I asked, so that's the stuff. I mean, it kind of makes me mad because I'm like, nothing's changed. I'm still the same person doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They just care about the number. It's on the screen, so I think it's stupid, but it is what it is.
Do you think the quality of your life has improved?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, before, like, I didn't take stuff too serious, and now it's like the bread and butter, I guess, how I make it my living. So I'm like, I have to take it serious and get smarter about things, but like then it's more rewarding because you're like building something with no backup plan and no one's helping you. So I don't know, I get satisfaction out of that, especially if like I make a video of a business and it pops off and that business gets a ton of money.
Right.
Like makes me feel good that I helped out this like mom and pop shop or something. So
for sure.
That was like kind of the start of it. Was just trying to find places, mom and pop shops during COVID, and so it's nice to help people out like that. I think
the Keith Lee effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you follow Keith Lee?
No, I've seen some.
Okay.
Yeah, like here and there. I can't even remember.
Do you know who Keith Lee is?
I do not.
He's the food critic.
Yeah. I'm trying to think when the last time. It's been a while, probably.
Okay. I think he started in COVID as well, I believe.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a few friends that do the same type of stuff, and that was their thing too. They're like, I'm bored in COVID, can't work, like, might as well do this. And they're like, oh, it's helping people, so it's kind of nice.
I think if you approach it with proper intentions or the correct intentions, I think it would be an amazing thing.
Oh, yeah. I see a lot of people that are like, I'm doing this for the money, and like they don't ever last and they don't build a following. I'm like, you got to do it because you want to do it or enjoy it or you want to help somebody. So yeah, I don't know, it's a shame you see it a lot.
Yeah, there's always a lot of new influencers and then they die away.
Yeah, I get a lot of messages on Instagram where people are like, I'm thinking about becoming an influencer, like what should I do? And I'm like, you can't approach it like that. I'm like, and then they'll say like, I don't want to have to like work so hard at my job and stuff. And I'm like, this is like 50 times more work than I ever had to do. Like I barely sleep and stuff. So I'm like, you're like going down the wrong path if that's what you're thinking.
Right. Yep. I think that's why a lot of them fizzle out because they think they're gonna hop on, they're gonna get it right away, and they just got to make a couple videos, but they don't realize there's a whole back end to what's going on.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
I've never expected how much like behind the scenes stuff there has to go on, and like there's a lot of stuff that just sucks. Like you don't want to do it at all, and
like I wish like just literally making the videos and editing the videos alone, that alone is like a full-time job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then after that, then there's the managing of all the accounts, the uploading of all of, make sure you upload to all of them, and then there's comments, so you gotta like all of those and message people back. It's a 24-hour a day job.
It's ridiculous. And then like you have to learn all these skills that you don't know. Like you have to start doing like accounting, and then you have to get on the phone with people and like negotiate, and then you have to get contracts written up, and you have to read contracts and like graphic design, all this stuff, and it's like that's like all individual jobs, and you have to learn it all, and it's hard.
I mean, you could outsource it, but until your business
you
can
got to
pay
be
for
booming.
that, you got to, as much as you can do, as much as you can take on, the better,
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people, like, they'll blow up by luck from one video, and then they'll start getting, like, all these, like, emails from people saying, like, we want to have you do this and this, and then it's too much for them, and then they just, like, fall off, and they're gone.
Yeah.
So, you got to go into it with, like, I'm ready to work hard no matter what. Because, like, I mean, I don't have a backup plan, so I'm like, that's why I'm just embracing it.
Yeah.
It's like, I wanted this to happen, so I can't complain about it.
There's no safety net under that tightrope.
Yeah, not at all.
But that's the thing, is you can always bounce back, though, because if you got up there before, you can get up there again, But then, if something happens, you got to keep in mind, you got to have that mindset, too. Like, be prepared to fail, in whatever you do, because,
Yeah,
you just start over. You just have to start over.
Yeah, I've seen people have their accounts deleted and then they just give up. And I'm like, you don't have, like, if I think about it all the time, like, that happens to me. I'm like, I'm starting over the next day. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's terrible, but, like, what's the alternative?
Right. It sucks, but you gotta just take it on the chin, and if that's what you want to do, keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Or you gotta find another thing to do. Like,
yeah, the guys I went to Bali with, the YouTubers, it was Twins TV, and they used to do all those bait pranks where they'd, like, tie a rope to a bike.
yeah.
And they were huge. I think they had, like, 4 million subscribers, and they were telling me they were making, like, 70 grand a month. And they woke up one morning and went to check their page, and it was deleted. And they had no warnings, just woke up, and it was like a Steve Will Do It thing.
Wow.
And they're like, we bought this house in LA and had all these famous people living in it. And they're like, now all of a sudden we can't afford it. We have to kick everyone out. And they're just like done. Like they never started over. And it's a shame.
So that's why you don't see any of those videos anymore.
Yeah, you can't even find them on YouTube hardly. Like they're blacklisted bad.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy how they can do that?
Oh, yeah.
What was the cause for it? I don't know.
They did a prank where they like left like a U-Haul truck open and let some guy go inside of it to steal stuff, and then they shut it and then they drove off. So technically they kidnapped the guy.
Oh.
They like opened it up and he was like fine with it and stuff, but like YouTube was like, you just kidnapped someone on camera, like you can't do that. And they're like, done.
I mean, I guess that's true. They're lucky they didn't go to jail.
Yeah, it was a dumb idea, but
Yeah.
It's a
Fun-
brilliant idea.
Fun,
Yeah.
great video, though.
it wasn't. I remember watching it when it came out. And I was like, man, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm.
What happened to the prank era?
That's like one thing. Like I watched those all the time back in the day when they were thriving, and those guys told me like we wanted to get back into it, but they're like it's just dying. And now all of a sudden, like those are the videos I'll watch on YouTube, like late at night just to relax, and they're slowly coming back, and it's kind of like a different style than it used to be.
It's more animated or set up, like it feels more like actors and actresses.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I see like a mix. Like I don't like the ones where they seem like set up, but there's a lot of guys that are just like kind of vlogging, and then like they'll just go like mess with somebody in a grocery store or something, and it's like harmless fun.
Right.
But yeah, I kind of like those.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're pretty good, but it seems like they're coming back. There's more and more people coming out now.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's what
we need some
want.
comedy. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comedy was wild during COVID.
Oh yeah.
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 TikTok was great for that.
Yeah.
That's why I watched it. And now it's all gone. I don't see any of it on there anymore.
Pretty much politics and people complaining about their life.
Yeah, that, and I see a lot of like people trying to do like product videos with like,
Yeah.
check out this plant holder I got. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
Or Justin, what's the Justin guy's name that used to do the Did You Know?
I'm trying to think who that is.
So he would stitch a video where there would be tall ones. And
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he's like, did you know in Bali the turtles are the size of whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's back to just making. He just makes product videos.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen his stuff in forever. I feel like it's probably been a year or two since I've seen any of them.
You didn't. Yeah.
Jeez.
The one channel I like was things I wish I knew before I was 30.
Oh
Did you see
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I have.
That was so funny. He has some of the greatest stuff I've seen,
Yeah.
and it works.
Yeah.
And there's another guy. What? No way. He does all that.
Oh, I think
That's a tool-based one.
Okay.
Tool.
I think I've seen that.
The southern speaking folks have been very popular on TikTok.
I've noticed that. Yeah. I don't know what the reasoning is for that, but I'm like, cool.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to go on and
He's in
start
for it,
speaking
yeah.
with like an accent.
Yeah, I was born in Georgia. I miss the accent. Every once in a while, I throw out some y'alls, and everybody's like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't lost everything from it.
I make Amish have an accent at all times.
Oh, yeah.
Makes it hard to understand what I'm saying.
My
We'll
grandpa-
wait until that becomes a trend, and I'll be popping.
It's
Oh, yeah,
starting
there you
to.
go.
I think a lot of people are doing more Amish content on
It's-
the social medias now.
Yeah.
It isn't doing as well as it used to.
No, yeah, that was kind of what started popping off for me, because I was just like, I was like, what am I going to film? And then I'm like, I'm in a tourist town. I'm like, why is everybody coming here? Because I'm like, to me, I see it every day. It's nothing
Right,
weird to me. And
right.
then I'm like, okay, I'm like, let me go film this. And I sat down with some Amish guys, asked them questions that most people wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And it popped off and stuff. And yeah, I was just, that's why the Party Shirt guys started calling me up, because they're like, we want to do a video with some Amish guys. Like, can you help us out? And then Mr. Beast followed me And I think that's why,
Yeah.
because he liked one of my Amish videos, and I was like, I think he wants to do something with the Amish, and that's probably why he's trying to. But he hasn't said anything to me. But I don't know.
That'd be a crazy day
cool.
though.
I know. Yeah, I woke up and pulled up TikTok first thing. My eyes are still half open. I saw that. I was like, what?
Like, is that real?
I thought it was fake. I was like, there's no way.
That
You were
was so
motivated
cool.
for the rest of the day.
Oh yeah, I got home, went right to work.
Right? See, that's an awesome thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that happens to you, it gives you the motivation. Like, holy shit, I can do this.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. That was like when I was in a slump too, and I was like, all right, I'm fired up.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But that would be really cool. But yeah, I thought I saw some people. There's a couple of guys. They would come here and they did. He did the Mount Hope thing, and then he did the Amish Walmart thing. He was a traveling video guy too. He was bald.
I think I might have.
This is Peterson.
Maybe something.
I
Like
think
that.
I saw the Walmart one.
Yeah, he called it the Amish Walmart or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did the Mount Hope one.
Okay.
I think he actually might have gone and gotten dressed like an Amish dude.
Oh really?
Yeah. They go to the Amish store in there in Berlin or whatever.
Nice.
That
Wow.
hardware in there.
Oh yeah. What is it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's got like the Ace Hardware in
Ace
there.
Hardware.
Oh okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They have the Amish clothes section in there too.
Yeah.
He went in there and got Amish dressed and then went to the auctions.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that video did really good, I think.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of people are still kind of curious about the Amish and
Mhm.
stuff. And I guess for me, I don't really see it because, I live here and I work with the
Yeah.
Amish a lot. And
It's nothing weird to you.
It's
Just,
not that weird. you
Yeah.
know. When I was a kid, it was weird. I lived
Yeah.
in Miami. Me and Danny, we lived in Miami.
oh, that's
as
a change
kids.
then.
Yeah, and then we moved here. I think I was around 11 and Danny was around 12. Well, we had never gone on a school bus before. We'd always ridden our bikes to school and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Get on the school bus, and there's Amish kids on the school bus, and we had never seen an Amish kid before. We didn't know what we thought. We thought we walked into cult land or
Yeah.
something crazy. I mean, I guess technically, but
Yeah, I mean, in Georgia we didn't have them, and we moved here. Like the only thing I remember is my mom, asking my mom, I'm like, why is that lady wearing that on her head? And that was like the only thing. Ever since then, it's been normal.
yeah, that was it exactly. Like we said, why are they dressed like that? And why are they riding horse and buggies? And they said,
Yeah.
oh, they're Amish. That's what they do. They live like that, and we're like, oh, okay.
Cool.
And then it was there from then on.
Yeah.
He still played with them in school and still hung out and stuff. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went to school with some, and
Yeah.
it wasn't anything.
Wasn't anything that different. They just dressed different.
Yeah.
But then when you grow up in real life and then stuff, then you start noticing differences in the culture.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Stuff, work ethic and just general character of people. Usually,
Mhm. Yeah, it's definitely wild. I see why people come though. I'm like, if you lived in the New York City and you came here, you'd be like, wow.
I can't believe people are still living like this.
Yeah, it'd blow your
yeah.
mind.
Oh, it would for sure. You come from Times Square to Square Millersburg.
Yeah.
and never seen it before, right? Let's say you never left New York.
Oh, I know.
And now you come here, you feel like you're in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
It'd
be a whole different world.
Yeah.
That'd be scary.
But still cool
Yeah.
though. You can still find something to appreciate, And-
Yeah, my buddy married a girl from Thailand, and she barely speaks English, and they came here to visit, so we went and got her some Amish clothes, dressed her up, and I went over to my Amish neighbor. I'm like, hey man, I was like, can we ride in your buggy? And he's like, of course. And he sees her come walking up, full blown Asian girl dressed as Amish, and he's like, what the heck? Yeah, she was so confused. She's like, so this is how they go everywhere? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's weird.
I can't believe it would be that far fetched for some of these other countries though, because they probably still get around some of them in
Yeah.
horse and buggy cart type situations, rickshaws or whatever.
Yeah, we had just left the airport in Romania, and the first thing we see is a bunch of horse and buggies, and I'm like, I feel like I'm back home. Why do we even come here?
Yeah, right. So have you been anywhere that has kind of something kind of like this place that we live here now?
It just blew my mind, like a culture shock.
Yeah, like something that was just you can't believe people are living like this.
Yeah, I think Bali. My first time I went there, I had no plan, didn't know what I was doing, and I ended up staying in this village. Like, I thought it was all like tourist trap stuff, so I'm like, oh, it's gonna be cheap and like nightclubs everywhere, it'd be cool. And like, no, I end up like in this village. There's no electricity, no running water. Like, the toilet is a hole in the floor. Like, it was just the weirdest thing. And I stayed there for a week. Nobody spoke any English, and I've never gone anywhere by myself ever. So I was like, I don't know what is going on here. Like, I was struggling.
Well, was it cool though? At the end of the day, was it a pretty neat experience?
At the time, it was bad because I was afraid to drink the water because they'd like get it out of this like pump thing, and then like you'd see just chunks of dirt floating in it, and it was brown. I'm like, I don't know how to drink this. And I like didn't have any water for a couple days, and I didn't eat for like 3 or 4, and then finally I had to break down and do it. And I was miserable, but then like I was there for a month, and then at the end of it, I was like, man, this is awesome. I'm like, good for these people. Like, I'm having a great time. There's no cell phone service. I'm like just hanging out, laughing with these people, even though we don't speak the same language. I'm like, this is cool. So looking back now, I'm like, that's an awesame experience. Yeah, I loved it.
But in the middle of it, it probably was like, it sucked. Did you get sick? Did you drink the water?
Oh, yeah, I got real sick, yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went back a second time, got super sick. As soon as I got off the plane, I think it took like 60 hours to come home, and I ended up going right to the emergency room, and they're like, yeah, you like almost died. They're like, you're like very sick. So yeah, it was bad.
From the water and the food.
I guess, yeah. They're like, they couldn't pinpoint what it was. They're like, you've got some kind of bacteria or something. Oh, yeah. They're like, we don't even know what it is. They're like, we've never seen this in here, and they're like, I don't know. So they just kind of gave me some meds, and it probably took a year and a half to like fully recover from it. Like, anytime I'd eat, I'd just get sick, and I lost a ton of weight. And
holy cow!
Yeah, it was a bad one.
That's crazy. That was the only time it's happened, or have you had it happen other places?
It happened twice there, and I haven't really had it happen anywhere else. I've been more cautious, I guess. I'm not like usually in the jungle drinking out of a waterfall or anything like that now, but yeah, that was a rough one.
I mean, they were kind of built different then. You know what I mean? They kind of that bacteria is probably part of their body system. You know, their gut biome.
I'm sure if they came here and just drank stuff that we have here, they'd probably get sick from it. Like they're not made to handle it.
They probably I don't know. Yeah, probably wouldn't handle well water or something. Who knows?
Yeah,
something crazy. You know.
Yeah, the last one, I don't even know if it was from the food. I ended up like getting hurt and had some scratches, and like water got into it, and I was like, the doctor was like, it could have been from that. He was like, it could have went right into the blood, and you just don't know. They're like, we can't ever pinpoint it down of where you got it from. It was bad.
So you're gonna stick to more like city kind of content?
Not necessarily.
Not so much city, but
I still get out there.
You'd go to a jungle, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody invited you out to a jungle, or would you ever think about going like to the Arctic or anything?
Yeah, so my buddy, he's been to every continent except Antarctica, and he's like, I want to cross that off my bucket list, and I was like, I'll go with you, and so that's one we've been eyeing for a few years now, so I'm not thrilled about paying to be cold, but I'm like, that is cool to see you went there, and it seems like a wild trip, so I'm like, yeah, one of these days we'll make that one happen.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I guess it takes a while to get there too, because like you don't know like when the boat is going to leave, so you just sit in Argentina and you just wait, and then they call you and they're like, now, so you have to immediately get there, and they're like, it takes a while to get through it because like the ice isn't broken all the way, so you have to sit there and wait a couple days, and then you go a little more. And
oh really? Oh wow, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's weird. I know a girl that just did it, and I think she had to sit and wait like 2 weeks or something like that, and then they could move more, and coming back they had to wait, and she ended up being gone for like a month and a half, and it was supposed to just be like a 6-day trip or something.
Wow.
Yeah, ridiculous. So
that's awesome.
Gotta have time set aside for that one.
Yeah, for sure. Does it cost more if you have to wait longer?
No, but I think the cheap end, it's like $10,000 just to go, so it's like crazy.
That don't sound too bad to go to Antarctica though.
That sounds crazy.
Like a trip to Disney.
Yeah, I know, right?
$10,000,
I thought the same thing.
How's a trip to Disney $10,000?
Oh, it's an easy $10,000 if you have kids.
If you had kids, I could see that.
Yeah, if you have kids, like you could spend $5,000
at Disney.
Easy. If you stayed on like in the resort at the hotel,
Like at the actual Disney, you could spend $5,000.
Yeah, I went in high school with a girlfriend I had. Her family took all of us down, and we stayed like in the resort, and we were there for like a week and had like the all park pass and the food thing on it. And I'm like, at the time I didn't think anything of it. Now I'm like, man, I bet they spent like 10 grand for like 5 of us all to go.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's insane.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. The only reason why I know is I know a guy, he went, and it would cost him like 5 to 8 grand.
Yeah, it's nuts. And they keep raising the price every year. It's up and up. Stupid.
What is that Disney?
Rides. It's a whole Disney World, man. Disneyland or Disney World. There's 2 of them.
Yeah, it's cool.
The biggest one's in Florida, right?
Yeah. There's so much to see. I didn't think I'd like it because I didn't watch Disney growing up. I was just not a fan. And then I went. I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff now.
Okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess is really cool now. They got a new Avatar.
Yeah, I've heard that's
which
cool.
Would be sweet. They got like a Star Wars since they got Star Wars. They put a Star Wars thing in. That'd be sweet.
I was hooked on the Aerosmith coaster because that was like my favorite band. I rode that over and over, and the Tower of Terror was really cool. Like all the themes, like special effects, like it's stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how they do it, but it's the coolest like roller coaster you'll ever go on.
Do they still do Universal Studios? I remember that Universal Studios. They had the crazy King Kong ride and all that stuff, and Jaws.
Yeah, the Jaws one, and Twister, and
the Twister one.
Yeah, they have all kinds of cool. They had a mummy one where they'd set the room on fire, and like the ceiling was on fire, and it was so hot, and like it was crazy. Your heart would be pounding this whole time. Like they had all these effects. I don't know how they did it, but
the 4D, 3D theaters or whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You ever been in one of those 4D theaters?
I don't go to places like that.
Sometimes they have them like in the seats where the seats will vibrate or they'll move.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid in one of those places, might have been like an Epcot Center maybe or whatever, but there was it was Honey, I Blew Up the Kid or Honey, I Shrunk the Kid or something like that. And like all these, like when the dog would come up to you and it'd sneeze, there was like jets in the back of the seat that would spray on you. So you get the spray, or they'd have like a poof of air if something went by you. They had like balloons that were underneath where the rats would go by. It would go right behind your legs. You ever done nothing like that?
No, I will never.
They make it real cool. Never. We're gonna have to film you doing that.
I will never.
We're gonna have to take them on it and film them. What do you think?
Yeah, you have to do it once. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did the Shrek one, and they had like bees come out. And something would come out of the back of your seat and just like poke your back.
Man.
It got me in the spine, and I like fell out of my seat. I was like, "What was that?" I was ready to fight somebody.
That's awesome.
It's like roller coasters, all that kind of stuff. I don't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a roller coaster. I see.
I do go parachuting.
I don't know. I'm on the fence with the parachuting. I'd love to try it. I'd love to
Yeah.
try it. Have you done it?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
This summer I want to get my certificate to parachute for myself.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that too. I think that'd be fun.
Takes 11 jumps, and then you can jump by yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can have all those done in a day.
Yeah, it's nuts. I know a few people that do it, and I'm like, man, that would be a blast.
Cool.
And then after that would be pilot's license.
Yeah, that's high on my list. I kind of want to get that before I do the parachuting.
I go back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, on the parachuting license I can get this year.
Yeah.
The pilot's license I have to wait an additional 3 years.
Yeah, it takes a while. It's expensive too.
Yeah, and
you can
Stupid.
do it in town here. There's a pilot. There's a airport.
I've been wanting to do it.
A guy down there, Jack Muto.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he does a class down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about it before. I was like, one of these days I'm gonna do it because I think that'd be a blast. I do the simulators and stuff, and I love it.
It really isn't that expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
I thought my buddy tried to do it, and I think they told him it was gonna be like 10 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the time you can pay per hour while you're there.
Yeah. Jack got me a plane once, and I think he said it was like 110 an hour, and that included the fuel. I'm like, that's really not too bad, actually. I was like,
that's what I thought too. It was like not bad, but
yeah, especially you had a few people in there. You just split the cost of it. Not bad at all.
No. Nope.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun just to get up there and fly around.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Put your phone in airplane mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the apologize. I was flying my plane.
Yeah.
The guys that do the paragliders.
Yeah, I thought about that.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I think it'd be super dope, but I think it's super scary.
Yeah, I think it'd be a blast, and then I've seen some videos where it goes wrong, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it goes real wrong.
Very bad.
I like to do parachuting and a paraglider. And the weird thing where the parachute is on top of you, but the engine is mounted to you.
Yeah, the paramotor.
Yeah, paramotor.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah, I guess you don't even need a license for it technically.
Right, yeah. I've
That's
seen guys
crazy.
like build their own and do it.
Yeah.
That would be neat. I mean, still the same as the paramotor, like still scary, but
Yeah.
so cool. You feel so free, man.
Oh yeah, I watch guys do that all the time on YouTube, and they're just like up in the clouds by yourself. I'm like,
Dude.
man, that's gotta be nuts.
You
Just
can
looks
buy
like
planes you
chilling.
don't need a pilot's license for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, it'd be
And
so
helicopters.
crazy.
I want one of the small helicopters.
I was just
Yeah.
watching a video on that
Yeah.
yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that'd be cool.
Dude, that'd be super cool.
Yeah, I got the whole like, I just like planes because I'm on them all the time. So I got like flight sim, and I got like the whole like controls for it and everything, and learned how everything works and all the buttons. And I fly all the time out of Millersburg Airport.
No,
and
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
cool,
it's
man.
pretty neat. I fly there and I'll go to like Worcester or whatever and just come back. But it's cool because you can see all the town. You know where everything is. I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna do it for real.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That would be cool.
A
Yeah,
lot of fun.
I think so.
There's a really cool airport in Canton. Do you know that? Where you fly out where the jets fly out at.
Yeah, I've flown on it on the simulator before. I can't remember what it's called.
Canton Akron Airport.
Was it that or there's
No,
there's another one?
there's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I know what you're talking about though.
I love that airport.
Yeah, I got a cousin that's like a private jet pilot, and he like lives in Canton, and he said normally he has to like commute once he drops the plane off and then come back, and he was like, they couldn't have any room for me, so he was like, they let me fly it into that airport there, and he's like, I drove 5 minutes to my house. I'm like, man, get me on that thing. He's like, I don't fly millionaires, I fly billionaires and stuff now. I'm like, I want to see this plane,
Yep.
but that thing's insane.
That would be crazy flying one of those planes.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he said it's like a long distance one. He can fly from like here to Italy, and he does it like every week. Picks up.
Serious.
He said he flew Elon Musk last week, and
Wow, does he get to speak with Elon Musk?
yeah, I asked him. He's like, yeah, I didn't say much to him. He's like, he was busy. I didn't want to bother him, but he was like, yeah, he was a pretty nice guy. But like every celebrity you can think of,
Yeah.
I think he said he had DeSantis a few
Wow.
weeks back, and yeah, it's nuts.
Absolutely.
So you've been to a lot of airports.
Oh yeah.
You've been to Denver Airport.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? Is that a cool
I was walking
airport?
around. I couldn't find anything weird, but I'm like, I know it's in
Yeah,
here.
it's weird. There's something weird in there.
Mhm.
What's weird about Denver Airport?
You have to look it up.
Yeah, it's a big old mess.
It's a weird. It's a weird
Okay.
story.
I'll figure it out
Yeah.
later on. Yeah. Oh, so where can they find you at?
So TikTok, it's LiveMoreTV. Instagram, it's Bronson James Allison. Facebook, it's LiveMoreTV, and then there's like a link in my bio. When you click on that, it'll pull up every single platform I have. So that's usually I tell people, I'm like, find one, and then you get the rest from there.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Easiest way.
Thank you for coming in. It was a blast.
Thanks
I had
for
a
having
good
me.
time. And we will see you guys in next week's episode. That's it.
Yep.